What's up everybody, I'm Seth Fowler and today I'm reviewing the brand new Supreme NBA Nike Air Force 1 Mid. Thanks so much for tuning in today, guys. Make sure to give me a follow on Instagram and on Twitter at RealSethFowler if you haven't yet. Also, make sure to head on over to Twitch and give me a follow over there at Seth Fowler. But with all that out of the way, let's get into it. So last week, Supreme and Nike dropped a pretty heavily 90s and early 2000s inspired NBA collaboration. The collab featured jerseys, shorts, jackets, and of course shoes. Two colorways of the sneaker released, one in white, one in black. I ended up grabbing the white pair from Supreme's website on Thursday. Both the white and black released on Supreme's website, however, when they re-released on Nike's website, only the black pair dropped. So it looks like out of the two, the white colorway was a little bit more limited, but I'm not totally sure. If you haven't seen the collection or the sneakers yet, it may not be exactly what you'd expect. Rather than each jersey or jacket representing a specific team, they actually had patches from just about all of them. And as you would expect, the shoe is no different, so without further ado, here it is, the Supreme NBA Nike Air Force 1 Mid. Right off the bat, you can definitely tell the 90s and early 2000s inspiration by just the plastering of NBA logos. The pattern on this Air Force 1 is pretty similar to what you find on the jacket and jersey, which is, I guess, random. I mean, I guess not random because the logos are placed in the exact same place on every pair, but it definitely has that sort of random vibe to it. Starting off with the upper of the sneaker, the base is white leather, just like your standard Air Force 1 Mid. The construction of the upper is pretty much identical to the standard Air Force 1 Mid, except this time around you've got NBA team logos and the Supreme logo printed all over it. And that's one thing that kind of bums me out about this sneaker. The original jackets from back in the day all had patches that were actually sewn onto the fabric. On the new Supreme collaboration jersey, shorts, and shoes, everything's printed, which is fine. It's just not as premium feeling as I would like. To be fair, I don't know how they'd stitch on each individual patch and still make this a sneaker that's released to the masses, but I mean, the printing is just kind of The actual quality of the printing isn't bad. The edges of the text and the logos are pretty smooth. The only thing I noticed on some of the logos is that the colors are a little bit desaturated, so they're not as bright as they could be. And also on some edges, like for example the L in the Lakers logo, there's a little bit of color bleed, so underneath the purple you can see a little bit of yellow, but it's not something that you see unless you're really looking at the shoe. So not incredible printing quality, but I've got to be honest, for actually printing on a material like leather that's going to be flexing and moving, it's not bad. Throughout the shoe there are a couple general logo sizes. On the toe and midfoot panel on both sides of the sneaker, you've got large logos. On the left shoe, you've got the Spurs on the toe, and then the Lakers and the Portland Trail Blazers. On the right shoe, you've got the Bulls on the toe, the Knicks on the lateral side, and then the Pistons on the medial side. Then throughout the rest of the shoe, on the smaller panels, you've got these smaller logos like the Mavericks, the Golden State Warriors, the Houston Rockets, Oklahoma City Thunder, the Sixers, the Nets, the list goes on. One thing I thought was kind of interesting was that not all 30 teams are represented on the shoes. You've actually only got 18 of the 30 teams represented on the outside of the sneaker, which isn't really a problem, at least not for me, because all the teams that I like are actually shown on the shoe. But if you're like a Wizards fan or something like that, you're out of luck. I don't know how they determined which teams are going to go on the shoe, and the logo placement and logos actually don't change between the white colorway and the black colorway, so if your team's not on the shoe, you're just out of luck. Probably most of the people's favorite design detail who bought this sneaker is the Supreme logo. On the left shoe, it's on the toe of the lateral side. On the right shoe, it's on the heel of the lateral side. Nothing too crazy or special there. They just threw in the Supreme logo next to all the NBA logos. At the base of the laces, you have this brushed metal accent that says AF1 2018 Supreme. I guess it's kind of nice that they changed up this detail for the Supreme collab. Continuing up the shoe, you've got your standard flat white laces. Around the top of the tongue, you've got this white strap with Supreme embroidered into it in black. The lettering isn't actually all level, it's all staggered, which I thought was a kind of interesting touch. When you open up the strap, you actually reveal the tag at the top of the leather tongue. The tag says Nike Air Force 1 in black with Supreme's logo embroidered underneath it. That's for sure going to be another favorite touch for hypebeasts. Inside the shoe, you've got your standard white Air Force 1 sock liner. And then a pretty cool touch is that the insole of the sneaker comes in red with all the team logos that are featured on the upper of that shoe. On the heel of both insoles, you've got Supreme's logo printed with Nike's logo in white. As for fit, the Supreme NBA Nike Air Force 1 fits just like any other Air Force 1 Mid. I would definitely suggest going true to size in this sneaker. I did, and it fits great. However, if you wear something other than your true size for Air Force 1s, go with that size just to be safe. Moving down the sneaker, you've got your standard Air Force 1 midsole in white, and then finishing off the shoe, you've got an all-white Air Force 1 outsole. Overall, the Supreme NBA Nike Air Force 1 Mid is an interesting shoe. I can't say I love the sneaker, I definitely don't hate it, but it's not something that I see myself wearing too often. It's a lot. It's very loud, it's very out there. If you're a really huge NBA fan, or you're a Supreme hypebeast, or you just like the way the shoe looks, it's perfect for you. For me, not so much. I definitely like the white colorway better than the black colorway, but even still, It's just not really my thing. If you're looking to grab a pair of these for yourself, these already dropped, so you probably will have to pay resale. However, resale right now isn't that bad, and I don't expect it to be too bad for a couple months, so if you're trying to grab these, buy them sooner than later. Now that we've got the review out of the way, let's throw these guys on feet and see how they look. Make sure to leave a comment in the comment section down below letting me know what you think of the Supreme NBA Nike Air Force 1 Mid and whether you consider grabbing a pair for yourself. And as always guys, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to me, Seth Fowler, if you want to see more content just like this, and follow me on all other forms of social media. The links will be in the description below.